What's up, guys, and welcome back to the qualifiers for the Kiev Major. From the South America region, of course, we got Union Gaming going up against some unknown team. And I like how that's like... never mind. I'm not even going to go into that. We got another game here. Union Gaming just lost. Unknown team and just lost as well. So I believe both of these two teams have 0 wins. Quick check, and yes, I am correct. So both these two teams are 0-0. So both looking to get on the board. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for this game. Again, bunch of best of ones today. After this one, we have 2 more. Got Sacola Delixo versus Infamous. I've never heard of Sacola Delixo before, but there's been a lot of shuffles recently for South America. And we got Unknown again after that versus a Vulture. Caw. So let's see if Unknown can get back on the horse after having lost a hour and like 5-minute game, but it had like 30 minutes of pausing or something stupid like that. It was a very long game. Union Gaming, I'm sure, saw most of that. Unknown team, they tried to hold up against Megas, didn't quite work out. But we'll see what's going to happen in this one. Quick look at the bans. It looks like, for the most part, these bans, at least the ones coming out from Union, perfectly standard. Unknown, standard enough to call them standard, but, throw a little bit of shuffling in there. Sometimes send targets, left in the pool, Keeper of the Light, same thing. Been a lot of hate and love for Abaddon in these games, so we're going to see Union Gaming first pick that one. No questions asked whatsoever. And for Unknown, they're going to go ahead and grab OD and the Rubik. Not anything super crazy out here from either of these two teams. Abaddon's slightly weirder, at least in some other regions. Abaddon definitely not getting as much love as in the Americas, but definitely a strong hero because of his versatility, being able to be that supporty type hero, but also being able to do quite a bit of damage, especially if your offlane experience goes fairly well. You have that luxury. Very difficult to kill off, of course, but for Unknown, they have the OD. Usually a pretty good hero at dealing with that Abaddon just because you get rid of him. Just clear him off the table. Just put him in the Phantom Zone or whatever they do with Astral Imprisonment for a couple of seconds, and no shields, no heals to worry about. Feels pretty good there. For Union, though, Abaddon, Ember Spirit. Lots of shields here. Lots and lots of ways to mitigate that damage. Unknown team aren't really perfectly well equipped to deal with this Ember Spirit. OD has a pretty good lane matchup for starters. Would like a little bit more pressure applied to that Ember. As far as core heroes are concerned, I do believe that Ember Spirit is strong, although probably one of the heroes that is most easily abusable. Simply because its early game is something that is kind of finicky. He's a kind of a low health melee hero, needs a lot of levels. If you can get through him with... The hell? What? Whose mouse is this? What the hell? What? You guys see this? There's another mouse on my screen. Who is that? I'm spooked, guys. We got some ghosts up in here. I am in the official channel, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm in the official channel. What the hell is that? That's so weird. Okay. But Unknown team, they are going to go for the Earth Spirit. I like this pick. Earth Spirit versus Ember Spirit. At least incredibly early on, you have a good matchup with the Earth Spirit. You're able to apply that pressure. Maybe it's not all physical damage, but with the slows that you have, with the control that you have, you let OD do the damage. Mix in a Rubik occasionally if you feel like you need to, but for the most part, I think this is a good way to kind of abuse the fact that the enemy team has gone for an Ember Spirit. Try to tackle him early on. Union Gaming going to go ahead and grab a Pudge. Very similar hero to Earth Spirit insofar as what they want to accomplish in this early game stage. For Union Gaming, it looks like they're going to be going for a pretty slow game. This mouse on my screen is creeping me out. What the hell's going on? This is me up here. This is my mouse. I don't know what this one is down here. Whoever's doing that, you gotta stop, man. You're messing with me too much. Yeah, very similar heroes to what they want to accomplish. Union Gaming, they don't really have any tower push, and that's really the problem I see right now. They are very, very good at picking off, isolating heroes, taking them out off the field. They have the sustain so that if their last pick does come from a pusher, and it should, given they are lacking that kind of one position hero, usually that damaging versus towers hero, they'll be in a pretty good spot to kind of play that sustained, constant push, poke at them with the Pudge and the Ember Spirit, but have, you know, that one hero do the damage to those structures. That will really shore up the Union Gaming draft. For right now, though, Unknown Team with the Luna last pick, definitely with the luxury of mixing things up at least a little bit. Looks like they want to get in a little bit earlier in this game. What the hell's going on? Speakers are making some weird noise now. I don't know what's happening in this game. I'm trying my best, guys. Sand King, though, for the Unknown Team last pick. And Shadow Fiend for Union. So it's a... Is that a safe lane Ember Spirit? Or safe lane Shadow Fiend? Very, very interesting. SF is a hero that is perhaps more vulnerable to an Earth Spirit roll-in than an Ember Spirit. So I'm not really sure about that one. This is their damaging hero. As far as that is concerned, SF is definitely a hero that you would want to have in that capacity. You know, range hero would be like the bare minimum here for Union Gaming. I don't really think this was destined to be a Drow draft or anything like that. So, yeah, anyone who would pick up a Desolator would be okay. Oh, what's happening? Give me this overlay. Get me back in. Frozen, please. Whose mouse is that? What is happening? Why can't I control my... What? Did someone... The fuck is going on? Did someone join my channel and take camera shift? Because I can't control my camera. What the... What's happening? Okay, guys, I'm gonna restart the stream. Not the stream, the game. I was sitting in my own channel that entire time. I have video evidence of that. I wasn't messing with anybody. You get to see my beautiful Steam page. Yes, I am in the lobby. I was in the lobby the entire time. I was in my own little channel, and someone is messing with me. What the hell is going on? I've never been able to not control my camera before. Oh, there it is. Okay, looks like I fixed it. No. Oh, something's holding down, like, control or alt or something. Can I... There we go. Okay, we're back in. I have no idea what the hell that was. That was weird. I think it was because I was using someone else's auto-spectate on the last game I was watching in Dota TV. And that was making it so that I couldn't move my camera. But the other mouse is gone. I'm not in someone else's camera channel. We're good. We're all good. And it looks like nothing actually happened. So, yeah, in that regard, we should be good as well. Let's take a quick sweep as far as who is playing what. Apologies in advance for the pronunciation of these names. As Zeno is on the Ember Spirit bottom. Is he wearing a beard? That is a beard. That is freaking weird, man. We got Mac on the Disruptor over on the Shadow Fiend. ACC is handling him. Vaughn is on the Abaddon. and Stan is on the Pudge on the other end. Unknown's names are a little bit worse because they have no names. Got Amar on the OD. Anyitos is on the Luna. These guys have no names. Where's the last guy? Here he is. Hello, Senorito. There he is. It's the Rubik. And they are going to smoke in and find a Ember Spirit kind of in the middle of nowhere. Roll in is going to miss, but they do block off one of his escape paths. Cutting through the trees is going to cut off his escape paths even further. They get the telekinesis. They should have a Burrow Strike as well. If they even need it, they will. Use it and get the kill. That's going to be the Ember Spirit down, and that's going to give Unknown Team a lot. They get First Blood, which is great. They get it on the Earth Spirit, which is probably close to ideal. They would rather have it on the Sand King, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. They get this bounty rune. They probably will just 2-2 split, so that's not really a huge advantage. But the most important thing is that they now have a for sure read on what these lanes are going to look like. They know that Ember Spirit is going to be going towards this bottom lane. They will be able to prep their answers for him. Luna is already in a pretty good position to deal with that. Adding a Rubik, adding an Earth Spirit, and Ember Spirit's life suddenly is a living hell. Cannot do anything. that's usually why we see Ember Spirit going towards the mid lane. He definitely does need the experience. That's for one thing. But also because the area to gank him in is very short. Like, you're usually around here at the Ember Spirit. This is, you know, you could get hit by this direction or this direction, but usually that's about it. When you're on the safe lane, you have so much room because you're usually about here, so you have all this room to run back if you're going to actually make it a safety. Beautiful drawings, I know. They're actually going to switch it up and put Abaddon on this bottom lane instead. And Luna Rubik should be just fine against him as well. The person who wants to be a little bit careful is the Sand King. Suddenly tri-lane with an Ember Spear. Has a Burrow Strike. Not going to stun anybody. He's going to get glimpsed right back. Still stuck in the rot. Who's going to get this last hit? It's the Ember Spirit. Getting some revenge from his earlier death on the Sand King. Definitely did not expect the Disruptor to come from behind there. Definitely did not expect the offensive tri-lane Ember Spirit. Because I don't think I've seen that before. That's definitely an interesting one from me. Oh, got mid. I didn't miss that kill, guys. I caught it. It counts. 100% kill participation for the camera. No T-Tors. Shadow Fiend versus the Earth Spirit. I mean, this is what Earth Spirit is kind of designed to do, right? Use this early game power that he has. Roam around, lock down a couple of lanes. We'll see if Pudge can do anything similar. He doesn't have a hook. Okay, now he does have a hook. You can't gank people as Pudge like that if you don't have a hook. But here's the challenge. Killing off Shadow Fiend is a piece of cake. Killing off an Abaddon, a little piece of... Wow, they threw him towards the Earth Spirit instead of back. They still have the stun. They block off his path, but he gets the self-deny. I mean, that was still pretty good for an unknown team. Luna free farming in the offensive lane. Sand King perhaps having a couple of issues here and there. But you know what? It's a safe lane Sand King. He is going to have his levels. Once he gets level 3 or something like that, then he should be just fine. Like, Caustic Finale is something that you don't really have to commit a lot of time into, time in lane into in order to get value off of, as far as harassment versus the Ember Spirit. Just gotta, you know, hit a couple creeps and then Burrow Strike them, and then suddenly you're good to go. You do a couple hundred damage to the enemy and you're feeling pretty good. Roll in with the Burrow Strike. 2 melee heroes swarming this Disruptor. He has no mana. He has a kick in his face, and that's a dead Disruptor. Poor Mac. Never saw it coming. Never had the time of day. And that's the real advantage of having a Sand King in the safe lane. Let's say in a lane that's being pressured. You get boots, you get a handful of levels. Suddenly you're just an absolute monster. Now, if he gets hit with the chains here, that could be pretty bad. He does have a Burrow Strike. He's going to use it. Try to get into his creep wave. Glimpse has already been used. And the Sand King will survive. But they do have the luxury of participating just this Earth Spirit with the Sand King, and it can do a lot of damage. He's setting up for Caustic. Seems like he's going to do a little bit of Caustic damage to everyone. Here's the Burrow Strike onto the Disruptor, who's in a lot of trouble. Unknown are right on top of this Raptor man, and they will completely miss the roll. That was nowhere near landing, but it looks like it shouldn't matter. A couple more right clicks. Oh, he gets rooted by the chains. Great play by the Ember Spirit, saving his buddy, but another body block from this Earth Spirit, gonna save his buddy, and no one dies. First whiff of the Earth Spirit, but, you know, for a 0 casualty exchange, that's gonna be pretty costly, actually, for Team Unknown, especially when he gets hooked. He's gonna roll out of there. Pudge, not quite with enough gas in the tank to kill off someone like an Earth Spirit. And yeah, this shrine is dead. This shrine is still alive, so they can do that. Yeah, but the Ember Spirit didn't take much damage in there. So he's able to stick in the lane, still farm, still stay actually on top of the last hit chart. Speaking of last hit chart, this Shadow Fiend's having a lot more of an issue than I would expect. I mean, he did get jumped once, and he did get killed. A little bit of Pudge action hanging around here, but nothing really relevant as far as pressure on the OD. And just check your angles as the OD. Make sure you have some sort of inkling where the Pudge is. You could probably keep yourself hook-proof for the majority of this early game stage. And if you may have an Earth Spirit roaming in, you know what? That's just gravy. Because here he comes. Here comes Speed Racer rolling in, hitting the Shadow Fiend. Has a stun if he needs to. Will deploy it. Grab himself a killing spree. Screw you, OD. Earth Spirit needs kills. He's going to grab that one and be pretty happy with it. Up towards top lane. Sand King has a glimpse. It's really short range glimpse, not incredibly useful. He'll fall back. But man, this Earth Spirit's doing some work. I mean, he did miss that one roll up towards top. It's not a big deal. Like, he's doing enough for the team to get them all pretty significant edges in their respective lanes. So it's all looking good here for Team Unknown, or Unknown Team rather. So far, we've had very little involvement from this Pudge. Oh, we found an Abaddon. Stun, silence, couple of right clicks. Does have that missed coil, so they have to be careful. He's gonna deny himself. It's hard. I mean, Earth Spirit doesn't do a lot of damage. That's not really his role. He's more a utility guy. A lot of burst damage. Burst damage is not what Earth Spirit does. You guys should know that by now. So, if the Lucent Beam doesn't get the last hit, most likely they're just gonna get denied. Vaughn's still sticking in this lane pretty well. Died twice, but gotta remember, those are not real deaths. Those are fake deaths. They're lies. Oh, as you know, has to be a little bit careful here. Bro Strike has already been used. There's another one coming up soon, and is he just dead? No, not quite. He does have just enough HP to survive. And now the Glimpse back. It was a bait all along. They root him down with the chains, and that'll be a kill on the Sand King. Ooh, yeah, that Flame Guard just holding out just long enough to get him enough ability to survive that Burrow Strike, and of course the Glimpse turnaround. Alright, third time's a charm, right? Roll in is gonna miss. They have a kick. They have a silence and the kick. They're both of those. Lift them up. They have a beam. Not quite. The coil not even gonna be used, actually. Yeah, Vaughn just gave up there. Over towards mid lane now. This OD going strong. 1v2. 2v1 me, bro. He's gonna be just fine. And the Shadow Fiend is recovering in this lane. The lane, mid lane actually, is for the most part a wash at this stage. CS wise, but still the OD has the advantage. Got those earlier kills in the SF. Feeling pretty good. Okay, until that happens. My apologies, guys. Hook gonna land out of nowhere, and Pudge finally making himself known in this game. A much needed kill for the Shadow Fiend. Just with that one kill, we could see tying up the net worth. Essentially tying up the net worth between those two heroes. Really important for the Shadow Fiend to be able to get that farm. Here comes the Earth Spirit, though. Has a silence, has a kick, and will get the kill. Easy solo kills for this Earth Spirit, and won't die either. So yeah, probably feeling pretty good about that one. Level 5 already, man. This Earth Spirit has been absolutely everywhere. And Pudge is also level 5, not doing too bad for himself. Towards top lane now, the Sand King still does not have a Sandstorm, does not have any way of getting out of this. We'll just get Goomba stomped by the Ember Spirit. Another kill for this top lane for Union. Kills are starting to be traded rather evenly. These couple of denies and the hook gonna land onto the Rubik. Hola, hello indeed. I thought it was hola, senorito, because that would make more sense to me, but it's hello, senorito. I guess it's, you know, same thing pretty much. Easy hook, and the Pudge is starting to get going. Although over towards the mid lane, OD going in pretty hard versus ACC. Takes a raise to his behind. Glimpse is available, but won't really do much. We'll bring him back in a little bit more for a raise. Not quite. They're going to imprison the Shadow Fiend. OD not dead yet. Now here comes the backup. Stun coming through. Perfectly timed. That's an SF kill right there. Again, Earth Spirit not failing to impress. He's going to even grab an Invis Rune for potential shenanigans in the future. Very, very even game, though. Yeah, 1,000 leads, less than 1,000 experience. For the most part, that is a 100% even game. This is going to be a big kill, though. Sentry Ward is actually going to see this Earth Spirit roam in. They'll just kill off his creep wave. And they know that with the shield on him, they can't very easily get a kill. There is very little physical damage between these two heroes. The Ember Spirit still does not have the talent for the magic damage. So it's going to be kind of tough to actually get a kill himself unless they go for him aggressively like this. Then it's pretty easy. Sand King does have an epicenter, but he probably can't channel it. Maybe he could have, actually. Channel it with the kick. If he had like another Burrow Strike after that, it was a possibility, but he's out of sustain right now. They have to channel it, epicenter, Burrow Strike, kind of layer their stuns perfectly. It's possible right now. I think this is Burrow Strike range. Not quite. It's only level 3. They're pushing bottom in the meantime. I know I'm going to miss a kill, but I really want to see this setup. Epicenter, here it comes. No, just a Burrow Strike. Epicenter, kick, silence. Is the damage enough? It will be, yes, barely. They get the tower in the bottom lane in the meantime. OD even teleporting in to throw out an Eclipse. Very, very patient setup there from Unknown Team, and it is going to get them a big kill in the enemy Ember Spirit. Sand King getting involved in that, level 7 now, has had kind of a rough time here. But he's closing in towards his Blink Dagger at a reasonable clip. Not the fastest in the world, but for a laning Sand King, he will, you know, be messing with the enemies a little bit. We'll have some of these kind of basic items, the quelling and the raindrop and whatnot. I actually would like to see Sand King start going towards the jungle a little bit. He's got the quelling blade already, and try to give a little bit of free space to this Rubik. Actually, never mind. The Rubik is level 6. The Rubik is just fine. I thought he would be like level 4, level 5 at this point, but you know, usually that's going to be the play. You don't really need to do that anymore. Never mind. Have Sand King stick and farm the lane, or farm a lane. Now swap in Luna here. This is actually pretty risky from Unknown Team. The Sand King has a Burrow Strike to get out from this, kind of. Luna has nothing. So if Luna gets caught, she will just die if they actually fully commit. Here comes the Abaddon. Luna's thinking about turning around for some right clicks. Will Eclipse after the stick, and the Eclipse will do literally nothing. It's a farming Eclipse right there. The Earth Spirit missed his roll, and they're just going to pop the Luna. That was embarrassing. We were going to pretend that didn't happen. Pudge is going to arrive. Not really sure why this Rubik wants to fight this. He probably should have just backed off immediately up here as soon as he saw the Pudge. But he decided to fight that, and that's going to cost him his life. Very, very kind of Team Unknown to give over those free kills to Union Gaming there. So yeah, Eclipse does very little in this situation. I can understand getting the Sand King kind of around the map, use that level 4 Burrow Strike, kind of leverage that into a couple more kills, have him farm his Blink Dagger through enemy heroes. But Luna versus this top lane, it's not safe. We've already established this top lane is not safe. Ugh. I muted the thing just in time. You do not want to hear that sneeze. Sand King's still pretty happy, all things considered. Luna, first death, not the end of the world for sure. The top lane, now no one's farming. That's kind of awkward. Despite the fact that this Earth Spirit has done so much work, 4-0 and 4, 12 minutes in, is a disgusting score. The advantage he got from his team, is not really super tangible. I mean, if he didn't have this score, they would be very far behind. But all this Earth Spirit effort is just keeping the team afloat. It feels pretty bad, right? Like, you're doing incredibly well. You know you're doing well, but you're still losing because, oh, he's going to roll into everyone! That is the most unlucky thing I've ever seen in my life. He's like, I'm just going to go back to the shrine. I'm done scouting here. I'm going to roll in. Oh, shit. Literally 4 people. That sucks, man. That sucks really hard. That gives up a dominating spree to, oh, the Ember. That is like the worst possible scenario. You can't even blame him for that one, right? Like, it just kind of happened that way. Why did the Earth Spirit cross the road? He didn't. He got killed along the way. Look how bold this Ember Spirit is right now. Just dropping the veil on them, making the enemies a little bit scared. He knows that he is probably just going to straight survive, although the chain stun could be there. Eclipse is a little bit early, still lands all the beams, and never mind, he probably won't survive with the setup that perfect from Team Unknown. They are pushing the bottom lane in the meantime, Unknown, so yeah, they'll lose the Ember. Probably make up the difference in that one tower, maybe even the second tower. They do have the Vlads, only level 1 curse. So not an insane amount of pushing power, but still definitely respectable. They should know that they're going to be surrounded, though. It's going to be difficult for the Disruptor to actually deal with. Shields up on the Rubik. They're going to dismember him, do very little damage in the meantime, though. Silence Circle goes down, does nothing from Mac. And that's going to separate the UG squad. ACC can take a full epicenter to the face. Will go down. It's a 2 for 2 so far, but we got Vaughn kind of in the middle of nowhere with no TP. I'm not really sure how he gets out of this. He has some help, though. Help from the Disruptor. Once again, the roll overshoots. Not a big deal. They do land a kick. Here comes the Ember Spirit. Going to jump in. Change that to 2. Is going to take an Eclipse to the dome, but he'll be just fine to continue the fight. It's a 3 for 4. Looking to be a 3 for 5. As it's going to be the Earth. Last one alive is going to kick away. Try to roll. Not going to happen. Something interrupted him there. And everyone on Team Unknown is going to go down. That was with Union Gaming being completely surrounded. Whiffing their Static Storm. Still were able to put it all together. Absolutely disgusting. Ember Spirit came in to clean house. I mean, their heroes just would not die. I mean, that's just what the Abaddon does. You will struggle to kill him off. That's borrowed time. It's not even, like, incredibly farmed or anything like that. Like, he's got Vlad's, which is pretty good. 17 stick charges. It's all pretty good, but, oh, man, Rubik, you do not want to be there, my friend. There is, luckily, not much mana on this Ember. He does have bottle charges chugging him down, and he's going to get juked out. Get played, son. Ember Spirit is in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to just straight TP out. They're going to have it in prison. He does not have any mana. He's going to get stunned and killed. Where have I seen that before? I wonder. Where exactly have I seen that before? And the rest of the team in the meantime pushing down tier 1s. Perfectly standard plays. Now, I would prefer it if the Pudge was the one to make that distraction, space creating play, and then the rest of the team takes the tower. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. It's all good. And I'm still pretty sure this game is within 1,000 net worth and gold lead for either team. Damn, I'm close. Experience, I'm right. Gold, slightly in favor, but again, for 16 minutes, 13-13, the advantage going either way is pretty much negligible. Both teams do have a rather similar draft as far as their power levels are concerned. It's nowhere near 9,000, but you know what? Like, the Luna, she does hit this kind of, you know, early mid-game timing where she wants to be going for those towers, wants to be fighting with the Eclipse. Shadow Fiend and Ember Spirit are very much so the same. OD goes pretty well into the late game, but you know, Shadow Fiend, Ember Spirit, they're no slouches in that regard either. Supporting crew for the late game across the board, pretty much all stars. So yeah, I would say both these two teams have very similar drafts as far as the timings they want to hit. So the fact that they're even right now pretty much means that this first 17 minutes hasn't really done a lot. Like we're pretty much still at you know, at the beginning of the game, let's say. Now, we have a couple of advantages, of course, going one way or the other. Earth Spirit, having such an early, successful roaming phase, has a Hand of Midas, has a Blink Dagger on the way. I don't know why this is always blacked out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure maybe it's not the same thing for you, but similarly, we have a Hand of Midas on the OD. Investments for the future. Gotta make sure your kids have that monies. They have that tangible advantage, but UG, they have the momentum. They're going to smoke in and find, oh, poor Luna. In the meantime, OD at the same time is going to get jumped on. Not going to get picked off, though. I don't think Ember Spirit can do that by himself, especially not with the Imprison. OD's going to piece out of there, and wow, a clean disengage for Unknown. That is surprising to say the least, even with the glimpse. Not able to lock any of these heroes in place. An Unknown team make a rather miraculous escape from a situation that usually results in 2 or 3 kills. So the Hand of Midas advantage, that's a big one. Whereas if you look at the Unknown, oh wait, I'm gonna get on that point maybe in a little bit. Nah, maybe I can make that point now. So Team Unknown, they have kind of invested for the future, right? Like they're going for these kind of investment type builds. Looking at the UG squad, they're pretty much prepped for right now. They want to use this early game phase to get kills. Shadowblade, Veil, oh, hook in is going to latch onto the OD. He's stuck in the silent circle, and he is going to finally get in prison. Now an Eclipse going to drop down, roll in as well. Lots of Ancients taking those hits on the back, though. Requiem is going to smash the OD, jump in from the Ember Spirit. They got themselves onto the Luna, who is hopeless. She's going to go down as well. They're still chasing after this Disruptor. I don't think this ult is going to quite do enough unless they apply it one more time. No, it's going to fade. 5 HP. Max still lives. And I don't think Earth Spirit can get this kill. No. 5 HP, get played. And for Team Unknown, they get wiped from the face of the earth. That is the difference there. I mean, of course, there's no Sand King involved. There is that as well. A Burrow Strike Epicenter could have definitely changed that around. Clean initiation from the Pudge on a perfect target in that OD. But furthermore, they have the items to facilitate that. They have the Shadow Blade on the Shadow Fiend instead of a Hand of Midas. They have this Veil of Ember Spirit instead of a Hand of Midas. They are ready to fight right now. And Unknown really aren't. They should be doing their best to try to avoid those engagements. But you can only avoid it for so long. At a certain point, you're going to get hooked. Someone is going to die. 3 Hands of Midas. I don't know how that's possible since Midas only had 2 hands. But that's okay. They have 3 of them anyway. It is kind of up to UG to keep applying this pressure. I mean, as powerful as they are right now with their item selections, for Unknown, if they just get 5-10 minutes with these Hands of Midas, they will be starting to skyrocket ahead in net worth as long as they limit their kills, their deaths rather, the amount of deaths they give over to UG. And along those lines, I want to see more vision for the Dire. Or a very consistent vision, let's say. This one's a good one. Lets them know about what danger area is in the southern half of the map. Which one's top? Ember Spirit takes a couple of shots. He'll be fine. Another observer here. That's about it, though. 2 observers. Not really a ton of map control, map vision here for Unknown. Because really their priority right now should be not die. Number 1, not die. Like, getting kills isn't even a priority for them. Like, they'll take it if they can get it. Speaking of, going for an Abaddon, he'll immediately pop his ultimate. Gets imprisoned, though, so essentially balancing that one out. Now stuck in the middle of one too many heroes. Will get beaten down by an OD. Sand King has a Burrow Strike, but he's going to get hooked in. He's dead for sure. And Ember, thinking about going in. He is going in by himself, though. Has some actually backup along the sides. They eclipse the Shadow Fiend. They see him there, but they lose vision somehow, and the eclipse kind of burns itself out. Yeah, he just, like, skirted the edge of the vision, it looks like. He was here, and then he just went over here. I don't know if that's luck, skill, or whatever, but ACC is going to get out of there just fine. A 1-for-1 exchange. Team Unknown. They just want to get Hand of Midas value. Get the kill, get out. Rinse, repeat. Or don't repeat. Just get the kill, get out, and then sit back and farm. Without the Sand King, they lack a way of initiating. The same cannot be said about the other end. Pudge doesn't exactly have an abundance of mana, but he has that 240 magic mark. Enough for a Rot and a Dismember. And a Mango, in case. Observer coverage from the Radiant. Very aggressive, and a hook perfectly landed by the Pudge. The OD even uses his Force Staff, so he has no counterplay here. He's just going to fall. And over towards this north end. Oh, Ember Spirit gonna chase down the Rubik. Dodges the Burrow Strike because it was way short by the Sand King. The Eclipse has already been burned. They get to the shrines, actually, so they should be fine. Again, another kind of miraculous escape there from Unknown. Except for the OD, who of course never stood a chance. But everyone else surviving a lot more than you would really expect in these type of scenarios. But this investment into these Hands of Midas definitely rearing its ugly head right now. It's like, hey, you're gonna spend 2,000 gold for 30 attack speed? You can do that if you want, I guess, but it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you a tower, it's gonna cost you a couple kills. It also just changes their gameplay in such a way that they're not looking for these aggressive plays, which means that if the vision for the Radiant is this aggressive this often, there's so many more opportunities for the Radiant than there are for the Dire. Like, look at this Radiant vision. I love it. Dire vision has not changed since I last took stock. Has it? No, it hasn't. You gotta have a lot of wards up if you're gonna go for this type of style. Because, like, you could have all of the gold in the world, but if you don't see the enemies coming, you're not gonna have a chance to spend that gold because you're always dying. Still, Hand of Midas maybe keeping them in this game. 2,000's favor of UG. Only 1,500 in experience. Again, it's not really a substantial advantage for them. They do have the Aegis. They do have the momentum. They have the itemization for right now, which is powerful. Oh shit, this Ember Spirit's going deep. He's going to eat a full Eclipse. What the hell was that? You what, mate? Like, he used Veil, blinked in, and then just died because he was so obvious where he was going. Yeah, that was kind of an awkward play. I'm not really sure about that. But, as usual, it's him buying space for the rest of the team. Curse of Avernus going to town now, level 3 in that. Yeah, with the Vlads. What, they had like 5 seconds? Oh, and that Static Storm was not good at all. What was that? Okay, well, the tower's still taking a lot of damage here. They know they have no Ember, though. Abaddon gonna pop his ultimate. He'll get put into a prison. Hook gonna miss, and Vaughn should fall here. A couple more orbs and an Eclipse for good measure. Now here comes the Sand King from the south. Burrow Strike in. Gonna connect onto the Shadow Fiend. He has the Aegis. He will lose it immediately, though. In the meantime, Sand King kind of pressuring everyone else back. Versus 3 versus 4. Where did the Sand King's help go? Did they just abandon him? It's like, guys, I thought we were gonna fight this, and this team's like, no, screw you, lol. And they're gonna go on top of the Rubik, shield or not. He should be falling shortly. He's gonna get in prison. Shadow Fiend though in a really bad spot. Aegis already used. He's gonna go down again. And that means there's no more fight here for UG. They've got to just book it. Roll in from the earth. He's gonna stun up the Pudge, who at this point has no answers. He will go down as well. 3 kills in favor of Unknown Team. They suffer half the damage of their tier 3 tower. But for 3 kills on some pretty important heroes, including that Ember Spirit kill beforehand on the bottom lane. Ooh, I believe the term is hashtag worth. I think that's what the kids are saying nowadays. Yeah, Unknown Team need a couple fights like that. Fights where they're not really itching for a fight. Like, fights where, yeah, it's like their hand kind of being forced, but they will be able to respond. That's going to give, oh my god, a straight full pipe for the Earth Spirit. CI grip indeed. He's going to be smoking it up, and that means that the Ember Spirit's going to be pretty sad. Can't do this in the future, at least not very safely. Jump in chains. He still has some jumps, but man, he's taking a lot of damage. Blade Mail up. Oh, but the stun coming in from the Sand King. OD, careful. Doesn't want to. Oh, he's going to kill himself. Yep, that's a jump in from Az. He's going to get himself killed, but I believe that one is also hashtag worth. Blade Mail on the Ember Spirit. Does a lot of damage when you're an OD. Just gotta stop attacking him, and that's the last thing you want to do as an OD. You want to keep attacking. The trade is actually fairly even in that regard. I guess, who got the kill first? What happened there? Let's see. Blue got the kill, then Blue died. So yeah, it's pretty much completely even. So I think, for Unknown, the worst is almost over. The fact that UG spent all this money on their right now items instead of their future items means that UG failed to get a significant edge off of that, and now the Hand of Midas advantage is really going to kick into full gear. Again, this is triple Midas for the Unknown Team squad, and they have, yes, had a couple losses, but they're only 1 tower behind. They're even in kills. I mean, I don't know if a CS lead can really change that much. And I think now we have Unknown in a decisive lead in this game. Actually, no, we're not going to call it a decisive lead. We're just going to call it a significant lead. Decisive is a strong word. They're very comfortable in this game. And the great part is for them, they don't have to change how they play. They don't get to a point where they're like, okay, well, you know, if we don't push by so-and-so minutes, we're dead. If we don't make this BKB push work, we're not going to win. No, you just chill with your Hand of Midas, you outfarm them, and you grind them out. You don't have to change how you play, whereas for UG, they have a decision. How do we respond to this? Do we try to outfarm them? It's way too late for them to Midas. But it's not too late for them to start, like, cleaving with the Ember Spirit. I don't know, do something with the Shadow Fiend. It doesn't seem like they have many ways of actually altering their gameplay. Their heroes just don't have that flexibility at this stage. They gotta keep playing it exactly how they've been playing it. Keep trying to use their items right now to get themselves a lead. What, 3 Midases worth 6,000 gold? And that we can see that net worth is almost balancing itself out, but you gotta remember there's an experience advantage built in there as well. OD gonna find an Abaddon, immediately puts him under. Luna coming in from the south, not where you want to be doing. As the Luna and OD in the middle of everything is pop the BKB very early. They focus down the Shadow Fiend. BKB is on him. He's gonna get hooked out so he won't die immediately, but no, he still will die. The orb follows him to his doom. They dismember the Luna, but she's not taking any damage because she has the BKB up herself as well. And the Sand King's stuck in the trees, but he's just waiting for an opportunity to jump out of there. It's 2 more kills for Team Unknown. Now they roll into the Abaddon, still has his ultimate. The OD left for dead in the back lines will get slayed by the Ember Spirit. I don't think they'll be able to take him out. We'll take a look at him in a little bit as they're chasing forward for this Abaddon. Couple moonbeams, couple rolls in. They're going to take him down. Ember Spirit still alive elsewhere. It's a 3-for-1 as Team Unknown. They may sacrifice their OD, but they gain so much in exchange, including the Shadow Fiend. Just that 1-for-1 trade, that's worth it. Anything else, that's just bonus. I get it, faster TL. The shrine is healthy. We understand. What a fight for Unknown. That's even really awkward. Like, you don't want to be coming from the low ground as Luna, because if you don't have vision on the high ground, if your team isn't all going in at the same time, your Eclipse just doesn't do anything because you don't have any targets. So you have to make sure that you have that vision there. Oh, Hook is gonna completely whiff. What the F was that? In the meantime, the Ember Spirit's gonna get slaughtered, and now Stan is in a lot of trouble as well. Oh no, they're on tilt. UG are not feeling it any longer, especially the Pudge, because he's dead. Ember has been playing way too aggro, man. Like, what's the best case scenario there? You get one support kill and you get out. It doesn't get much better than that. The worst case scenario is this. You lose 2 heroes and you get absolutely nothing. Now, maybe I'm a coward, but that risk does not seem like it's worth the reward. And now we're getting to a point where we can maybe say that Team Unknown's lead is decisive. The weakness of the Triple Midas has since passed, and now we're going to see the effects of it on their experience pool, level 20 OD. No joke. What level is the Luna? Level 22 on her, not bad at all. Looks like it's pretty much the standard stuff. Sometimes they take damage, but really it doesn't really matter too much one way or the other. Hand of Midas, Sand King, level frickin' 19. Are you joking me right now? Pretty sure you get health here. And level, oh my god, 18 Earth Spirit. This is disgusting, guys. This is like APEM stuff for Team Unknown. That's how far ahead they are. What if they can get Spell Amp? Spell Amplification is reasonable. If they had a Veil, maybe. By the way, Rubik is here. He's level 15. Did he blow a smoke? I think he blew Vaughn's smoke. Interesting, interesting. He has Dismember stolen. Yeah, Vaughn was, I think he was in range for that. Looking at some Luna illusions. The most obvious illusions in the world. Vaughn's going to show up. This may signify to Unknown that, hey, this mid lane is nothing suspicious about this. Oh, they're going to find the Ember Spirit. He's going to get immediately silenced. Blade Mail is up, but it's not going to last him. Bro, we got to talk, man. First of all, there's going to be another fight. Roll in. BKB's up on the Shadow Fiend. They're going to eat it all with the Luna. Careful, man. You have a BKB. Use it. Hook's going to kill her. What was that? And now ACC is free and clear. They have their eyes set now on Vaughn. He does have his ultimate still up, but he is feeding a lot of intelligence over to that OD. Now the Hook's coming in soon for Stan, but he gets hit with the boulder and the silence. They're just locking him out of this fight. Again, beautiful plays by this Earth Spirit. Vaughn's now out of ulti. He's going to go down. Burrow Strike onto the Pudge. And that's it. They'll let him go. A 3-for-1 exchange. Costly again because Luna is worth a hell of a lot. Oh man, they still want more? No. But Ember Spirit has to just cool his jets. Like, Ember Spirit is going in way too far, way too often. And is just running into an Earth Spirit. Like, as Earth Spirit, starting the fight is really the concern when you're going up against Ember in this mid-late game stage. Because if you try to roll in, he'll just get out of there. So you have to kind of get the surprise. Oh, Stan's going to get the Dismember, but immediately canceled by the Burrow Strike. Imprison as well, saving the Earth Spirit from the SF. Wolf is even body blocking him? Oh my god, really? Well, the field goes up, so they will be forced to call it quits as far as killing the SF is concerned. Ember Spirit's coming in, but I'm not really sure what he can do here. He's going to get imprisoned immediately. Force staff back out from OD. Another kick, another Burrow Strike, and for like the 4th time in a row, Ember Spirit's going to suicide. They're going to chase after the OD. Straight TP BKB will go down, though. Just barely. The Shadow Fiend putting in the damage. 24-30, and Unknown perhaps going in a little bit too far with only one of their damage dealers. If they had like an Oracle or a Dazzle or something like that, I would say go for it, but they don't really have that defensive play. They don't really have that sustain. So they do need to kind of take their fights and then back off and kind of wait and reset, then take another fight. Constantly laying it in is not how Team Unknown are going to win this. Unless they get like super far ahead, even further ahead than they are right now. $20K net worth on the Luna. They do get this double life on the SF. Seen a couple of SFs go for Spell Amp, I think. Mostly just a stylistic choice, as far as I know. Spell Amp is up on the Earth Spirit. Yet no Veil. Veil would actually be pretty kick-ass for the team. If anyone wants to get that. He actually went for the GPM. GPM plus Midas. I wonder if that's actually going to be worth it. What's the other? 350 health, a Vit booster and a half. Takes you 10 minutes to kind of make that even. I think this game is going to last for 10 more minutes. I guess there's just no situation where you get the health. I mean, unless you're like planning on being 6 slotted, I don't know. It's definitely close. What's on the other end? 19. Cooldown reduction is pretty sick. We already looked at the SF. There's pretty standard stuff here for the Ember Spirit. Disruptor. I don't think Disruptor has any huge ones. 30-second respawn time is kind of nice, but it's not going to swing the game one way or the other. They're not as high level. Surprise, surprise. Turns out the team with a lot of Hands of Midas is ahead in experience. Who could have seen that one coming? Pipe Mech. Looks like a Crimson coming up for the Earth. No, it's not. It's Guardian Greaves. Maybe Crimson afterwards? Crimson's only okay here. I mean, you already have the pipe, so you can't really do much better in that department. Still would like to see the Veil, although I'm not really sure if the team is lacking damage at this point. I mean, Butterfly Luna is pretty powerful. Helm of the Dominator, and he's gonna get hooked. There's only an Ice Ogre here, so she can't save herself. BKB, Force Staff out. There should be another hook soon. 30 seconds, not quite in time. Costs her a 8-second BKB charge. Earth Spirit roll out into a hook. Get red. Children's books here for the Pudge. Earth Spirit down. That's gonna actually be a 3-kill spree. Being given over to the Disruptor. They're not done yet. Hello, Rubik. What are you doing here? You can't just survive versus an Ember Spirit. That's not how this game works. That's not how this is done. Couple of kills here for UG. Finally getting their picks. Haven't been able to get these picks for a very long time. Looking at potentially a third. Just TP right now and you'll be fine. And you're still fine if you TP right now. Oh, it's too late! Oh, what? What? Did he... Okay, I think this is what happened. His spirit, like, went behind this tree. Made him lose vision of the OD. So the Searing Chains missed? Is that what happened? It definitely looked like it should have hit. I don't know, guys. I'm just an observer with map hack. What the hell do I know? It looked like that should have hit, but looks like he got screwed over by Fog of War. That's a shame. Killing off an OD there. I mean, he could have BKB'd, turned around, and like fought, but they wouldn't have been able. He wouldn't have been able to get out unless like all his teammates came in at the exact same time. That would have been huge. Like that would have given them a tier 2 tower bottom lane at least. Plus, you know, it's killing off an OD. That's a lot of gold. Instead, OD somehow survives, and now has a sheep stick. So yeah, he's gonna be pretty happy about that one, I would imagine. Who's our first level 25? The Luna? Yep, 15 stats. And 15 stats is never bad, but it's especially good when you have a Manta style. All that stats funnels into your illusions. It's kind of one of the more underwhelming level 25 talents, though, when you compare them to what some of the other ones are. OD gonna lead the charge. Force Staff in. BKB doesn't go up quite in time. He's taking a lot of damage right now. Where's your BKB? It's muted because of the Aghanim Scepter from the Disruptor. Oh my god, I didn't notice that one. They do shut down the OD, and now it's the Luna on the run. Hook is gonna miss, but I still think the Ember Spirit has enough gas in the tank. Blink forward, Sleight of Fist. Oh, just Searing Chains. That's not how that works, dude. Come on. Luna may just live because of that. She has some backup here from the Earth. Has a barrier still from the pipe. Should use it probably. I would recommend using all your defensive tools. There goes the pipe. He will try to roll up to the high ground. Is just short though. He ran out of remnants. He will still make it back to his base. How do Unknown keep on making these miraculous escapes? I have no clue. They're going to cancel the TP. Now Ember Spirit's out of mana completely. But the tower's in a little bit of trouble with no OD buyback. This is going to cost them a lot. Luna's going to chuck in a beam. A nice epicenter setup. Stunning 3 heroes as well as they're going to start to melt. That's Pudge down already. The Abaddon's going to get a full health restore, but no one's on top of ACC right now. He's just on the offsets. Just right-clicking in. The Luna's doing what she can right now, but she can't handle everyone by herself. They get a beam onto the Shadow Fiend. Long Burrow Strike in. Dusk goes out. Shadow Fiend drops. And it looks like UG have overstayed their welcome. Vaughn has no more ultimate. That means Burrow Strike should kill him. Or end up killing him. There we go. And looks like Luna does do the damage. Finally, we have an epicenter setup. I did not notice that Ags on the Disruptor. And I'm pretty sure the OD didn't either. Because, like, his plan was to Force Staff in, gauge the situation real quickly. If shit looks bad, you pop the BKB and start fighting. Otherwise, you just kill whoever you find, because it's probably only one guy. But if you get muted, then you're kind of shit out of luck. Luna, speaking of shit out of luck, is going to get imprisoned. Maybe has a little luck after all. Hex onto the Ember Spirit. Blade Mail not going to hold. Luna's still alive. Turns around for the beam even. Double kill for the OD. Buyback from the Ember. And Luna's just going to try to scurry away. Trying to get that backpack to work out for her. TP is most likely going to live. And she will. What is this Ember Spirit doing? What was that? Okay, he kills him off anyway because it's only a Rubik with absolutely nothing. But man, he's missed so many of these slight chain combos. Do they know he's there? Did they see him? Oh, I think they saw him. Guys, I think they see him. I'm pretty sure they see him right now. There's like a 90% chance that they see him. And they're going to land the stun with the Burrow Strike. They get the Hex. 1, 2, 3, 4 orbs from the OD. You're out of here, Ember, with no buyback. That's the fifth time Ember Spirit did that. Just going in by himself, thinking he's Superman. He may be Superman, but, you know, even Superman has his weaknesses. Hook, though, onto the Luna. No BKB in time. Oh, she's going to Manta Style up. Now gets muted. Actually slips out of the field. Gets her BKB up. And Static Storm now down. I'm pretty sure Team Unknown are not going to push their luck with the BKBs being down and all. But they still have the Sheep Stick on the OD if someone decides to get a little bit stupid from Union. Pretty sure they shouldn't be doing that anytime soon. They're actually going to push their luck. Luna's not exactly super healthy. Does have a Satanic, so is going to top off at least a little bit in the jungle. 9 seconds left until she has another Unholy Rage. Hook. Nope. Still no Ether Lens in this Pudge. Gone for a lot of non-Ether Lens items, actually. Waiting for that other Static Storm. There's a Burrow Strike onto the SF. Doesn't really do a ton. They're going to Hex him up. Try to bring him down immediately. Pudge, though, going to get silenced before he can land that Dismember. Hook is not going to do anything. And now Vaughn's in the middle of everything. Just trying to do what he can. Pushing the enemies back. The Requiem doesn't do anything. Eclipse does pretty much just the same amount. Hook stolen now. Gonna latch Vaughn. Bring him out. Hook on the other end is not going to do anything. And the Glaive's starting to bounce. ACC. Is he going to die to Glaive? Not like this. No, exactly not like that. He will get out of there. Hook from Hello Senorita is going to try to go for Mac. Is going to realize, hey, I can't do this. I'm out of here. He's going to get glimpsed. And then he just walks right out. No, he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Unless there's some miracle here. No, he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead, guys. But Team Unknown pushing their luck. Not fully committing. They kind of bait the Shadow Fiend out. He got jebaited real hard by this OD's initiation. Like, blink in, orb, and then run. Great silence timing also. I believe it was from the Earth Spirit. Just got the Geomag grip on the Pudge so he couldn't Force Staff Dismember. And Unknown, they are in control of this game. Pushing 15k net worth, 10k plus in experience. Level 25 talents, a big milestone is starting to come up. I don't know how Sand King has his before OD. That's a mystery to me, but, you know, that's fine. What did he get? Epicenter Pulses. Hasn't really been a huge fan of the Epicenter, though. Hasn't really found many great opportunities to use it, so not really sure if that's going to do a lot for him, but it's probably better than the alternative. Actually, 50 health regen seems pretty bonkers. Maybe if you had like a Radiance or something, just tank up. Luna, of course, has hers. OD's coming up pretty soon as well. Kill the Luna illusion. You missed the chains again. What is going on, man? That was an illusion. You cancel your travels. What is happening? Are you guys seeing this? This is weird, man. This Ember Spirit is really off of his game. Missed his chains on a Luna illusion, which wouldn't have mattered. Like, whatever, man. And then canceled his travels for no reason whatsoever. Feels awkward, man. Feels awkward. Give me level 25 soon, though. Is the shield any good here? Chains is pretty broken, though. You can do it for a very long time. The shield is pretty powerful, though. I'm not really sure. This is a tough one for him. If he's actually thinking about it at all. Lots of people just autopilot through their talents. Pudge lands a hook onto the Rubik. There is help here. Immediately silenced. And stunned. And lifted. He's going to jump in for a little bit more. Pudge has got to be careful. This is not the Ember Spirit doing this. This is the Pudge. what it should have been the entire time. They gotta respect this Static Storm, though. Mutes items. That is absolutely backbreaking when you're talking about BKBs, Sheep Sticks, Hurricane Pikes, Satanic, Manta Style. Like, if you get hit with that mute, you are as good as dead. Ooh, that's an Aether Lens. Yep. What do you steal? Miscoil? It's not bad. We have an interesting item picked up by the SF. If it actually is still coming out to him, it looks like it is. Orchid. Now, if this can stick onto someone through BKBs or whatever, that will be a pretty big deal. Upgrading that Orchid is, of course, a pretty big gain no matter who you are. He already has that MKB. And it will help him versus that, help the team actually versus that Butterfly. Oh, they got the Earth Spirit. No one to save him. He's down. Sand King not looking too great either. Has a Force Staff. Still chained down though. Has some backup in the Sheep Stick. Oh, where have I seen this before? Shield is going to come in, save the Ember Spirit for a little while longer, and they'll take down the Sand King. OD not too healthy either. And in the meantime, Luna actually dropping the Eclipse. Killing off ACC is going to go in towards Roche. That is not the time for it, man. They do bait out the Static Storm, though. That is a big deal. She gets glimpsed right back into it behind Roche. Behind a kinetic field as well. Roche is also stuck from the kinetic field. That's interesting. But they know that there's a Pudge in the area. And Pudge completely misses his hook, even though it looked like it should have landed. I don't know, man. Whatever. Miscoil is going to be thrown out. OD taking a little bit of chip damage here. But Luna is going to town with their lifesteal. Breaking even versus Roche, and it looks like for Union Gaming without their SF, do not feel comfortable continuing this engagement. They should fall back, and that is a big deal. A huge win for Unknown, despite how bad that looked in the beginning. Luna cleaning up in the background. It's going to give them Aegis, it's going to give them Cheese. Sand King's up in 30, but the SF is dead right now for 45. I'm pretty sure Union need their SF a lot more than Unknown need their SK. See if they can crack a tier 3. These shrines are actually vulnerable right now. Both of them kind of untouched. Already a Rax lead for Team Unknown. Don't forget that. And their lead should be actually not growing as much as I thought it would be. That fight was really good for UG to start things off. Man, she's going for a little bit extra attack speed, this Luna. Gotta eat your moon shards, guys. It's good for you. I'd like to see the OD do something similar. Maybe travels first. Ember Spirit is still fairly loaded. So is the SF. He is mad farmed. Get that Crystallis next. Shiva's Guard, BKB on the Sand King. Yeah, this is pretty silly. More int stolen, or I guess we could call it more int stolen. It does get you more int stolen. And it looks like those are all the big level 25s we have right now. Level 20, is this? I don't think that's actually relevant. 10% amp is not bad, but I mean, you're not casting disruptor spells for damage, right? You're doing it for the mute effect at this point and silence. Team Unknown, slowly but surely, just wiping the map clean of resources. Looking for a pick-off whenever someone gets a little bit foolish. Getting those level 25 talents. I mean, level 21 through 24 is like whatever. Those levels don't really matter. It's the level 25 level that matters the most. Gets you, like, stats. Just your natural stat growth. It's underwhelming, let's say, until he gets level 25. But man, Luna is farmed as crap. She has a full Hurricane Pike she's not even using just because she can't hold it. Holding the cheese instead. Look at the glaives bounce. Look at them go, says the Witch Doctor. Static Storm is good, but oh, there's no kinetic field. That's way off. And now with the Satanic, Luna's going to turn around. Stun it to 3 from the Earth Spirit is perfectly done. Now the Eclipse drops from the heavens. Glaive still bouncing through. They hook in the Luna. but she still has that cheese, I believe. Dismember, they don't burst her down in time. She has the chance now to cheese it up. OD's gonna fall once. He does have the Aegis, so he's ready to go again. She's eaten by the Luna. Huge burrow strike onto pretty much everyone, as the OD does respond straight into an Eclipse from the Requiem, rather, from the Shadow Fiend. Luna's just trying to leave, does not have enough damage to stay in and fight, will get dropped, as will the Earth Spirit. OD, where did he go? He's on the south end of this engagement, hexed up by bo1, who picked up a sheep stick and brought down as well. It's a full 5-man wipe through Aegis, through cheese. And yeah, they took down half of the range racks, half of the melee racks. They just YOLO'd up the hill. That's exactly what they did. They just walked up and started right-clicking things. No pickoff whatsoever. No setup whatsoever. Just went in. And that is going to cost them a lot. It already costed them 5 kills and a buyback on the OD. Gotta get that Hand of Midas value, man. He has to be careful, though. He is going to try to go in for the Ember Spirit. Gets hit with the Silence, and he's going to force the BKB. Jump out here from the Ember Spirit. OD versus the world. OD versus 1 is possible. OD versus 2, a little bit less so. Bloodthorn fully completed here for ACC, and the Raxes will be equalized. Did Team Unknown just throw away this game by making that play? They could have waited. They could have been patient with the Aegis and the cheese. They had a lot of duration left on that double life. Jump in. Oh, the Burrow Strike once again miscommunicated. With that in prison is going to mean that bo1 takes no damage whatsoever. The Raxes will be cleared off in mid lane. There's still a tier 2 somehow in bottom. Don't ask. So they can't go straight for it. But, oh, what is this? Rubik, how are you still there? I don't know what he's doing there. Not really doing much of anything. Cost them an OD buyback. Might cost them a Rubik kill as well. Since he's going to run into a Shadow Fiend. Can't blink. Oh, 3 shots dead. LOL. Yeah, that hurts a lot. Guys, I think Team Unknown may have just thrown this. Now they were 1 racks ahead. Now they're 1 behind. They just spent a buyback on the OD, which means if he dies again, which is definitely possible, I want to say it's almost just game over. They still have their Luna, but she wasn't able to stand and fight versus that many heroes. Just too much damage pouring into her. Because she used her Satanic so early, she had to. If she gets this Moon Shards, maybe she has a chance. She's got to save her buyback. Is going to say, screw that, I'm going to go for AC instead. I don't really know what you sell here, but she's going to do it. Not really sure if I like that, actually. I feel like Moon Charge is better than... She already has no boots. She did have boots at one point, right? I'm not crazy about that. That definitely did happen. She's really tanky, but she's just slow. She has Flutter sometimes, Hurricane Pike. You can't, like, replace those. You got to keep them around for the movement speed bonuses, or the mobility bonuses, let's say. I think she does need a Moon Shard right now, more than an AC. Smoke up towards top. Uh-oh. Oh, no, this is the OD, who just bought back, and he has no chance at all. That's 118 seconds where they have no OD. Challenge mode engaged for Team Unknown, where they have to hold up against this onslaught for 100 seconds. Now, luckily for them, this bottom lane tier 2 is still alive. So they may be able to hold for a little while. And also luckily for the Dire, everyone's going toward mid for some reason. I guess mid leads to bottom, right? Shadow Fiend moving in. There should be very little detection here. There's a sentry, and that's it. There was a gem floating around. Not really sure what happened to that. Jump in. Hex onto the Luna. They don't have a shield to get rid of it. She's going to get kicked out of there, though. Great place from the Earth Spirit. That's going to cost him his own life, however. The Earth Spirit is going to get picked off. Tower as well. Falling. That was backdoor protected, mind you. You can see how much that mattered. It's still a full minute before they have their OG. Now 80 before they have their Earth Spirit. Luna's going to have to pull out some serious big guns here. So will the Sand King if they want to hold this. And they could sack this and go for Megas, but I don't really know if they have what it takes to handle either right now. I do think Union Gaming may have pulled this back from the brink. That one bad fight over towards mid lane is going to cost them a hell of a lot as Megas is going to start flooding the base. Stan is going to just start fountain camping them with that hook. They get the sheep stick onto the Luna. This is terrible for her. She's stuck in the Static Storm. Can't cast anything. Will go down. Does have a buyback. Immediately is going to get pulled out the Sand King. As this Pudge just sitting in the front lines. Eclipse is there. Will hit like twice before the Glimmer Cape goes off. Somehow the Rubik's in the middle of things. I don't know how he got there, but he's dead now. And the Pudge and the Ember just 2v2ing them right under their fountain. Stand still fine is going to deny that Sand King his regeneration. They root them outside, triple jump in. There goes the Sand King, and that's GG. Team Unknown had a decisive lead, almost 20k golden experience. And just a handful of bad decisions, a handful of bad fights is going to give the victory to Union Gaming. Now 1-1 versus Team Unknown's now 0-2, I believe. After a 54-minute slugfest. That's a real game of Dota right there. We've seen some long games, but those have been mostly snooze fest. This is definitely not the case. Guys, I think we're going to have a little bit of a break, but next game should be Sekolah Delixo, which I'm probably not pronouncing correctly. Someone tell me if it's wrong. I don't know. Versus Infamous. That's going to be coming up, I think after short break. I'm not sure. They haven't really been keeping to the break schedule. That's going to be coming up next. Infamous have already won one, whereas Sekolah have not. So it's a 1-0 team versus 0-1 team. I'm Mike Loris. It's been a pleasure casting these games for you guys. If you enjoyed the cast, be sure to hit me up on Twitter at Mike Loris. Streaming this on Twitch as well to all you lovely people in Dota TV. Shoutouts to you. I will see you guys in a little bit for the next game. GG.